Thank you to Onyx Path for giving me a preview copy of Mythic Shards, as well as sponsoring this video. If you heard of Percy Jackson or American Gods, you know about the urban mythology genre. And that's what Scion was initially, but now with this Mythic Shards game coming out, it is actually this collection of different settings that you can throw Scions into. And I'll be going into each one of them in detail later on, but think of this as a general overview. Each one of these settings is going to have new player options, new NPCs, new antagonists, and new plot hooks. I'm super excited for this setting in particular, Cyber Scion. This is where you get to play in giant mechas known as divine machines, which gain their power through the symbology of the mythical pantheons of old. Their power is used to defend the world against legendary kaiju intruders that seek to destroy humanity. If only the titans of industry didn't have control over most of the divine machines. These divine machines act as the main source of power for Scions. Scions may get access to heroic and demigod class mecha, and if they're very lucky, they might even get god tier class ones. So the rules that are included here are rules for divine machines, as well as giant combat with collateral damage rules. It takes heavy inspiration from things like Pacific Rim, Evangelion, Godzilla, even stuff like from Cyberpunk, such as Ghost in the Shell, Neuromancer, and Shadow. Man, it even hits home with the Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and Super Sentai themes. If you're familiar with Power Rangers, you know why I am really excited with this, because I've done Power Ranger podcasts in the past before. After the end is a post-apocalyptic future where the gods and titans have died and the world has fallen to desert wastelands. But there are still Scions who are the shining hope in the darkness for this world. However, there are a lot of antagonists as far as groups that want to stop Scions from reaching apotheosis into godhood, as well as raiders and desert mutants and everything. This is a hardcore survival setting based on stuff like Mad Max, The Stand, Swan Song, Ragnarok, Fallout, Borderlands, Dark Souls, and even Adventure Time. That last one, you need to know the lore of Adventure Time, I think, to understand it. It includes rules for Scions being infected with titanic mutations, reflection Scions that are Scions who remember their past life as a god, and mutated Scions who were created through experimentation or accidents. If you want to know a secret to get more players to play Scion, please click the like button down below. If you wanted to try Trinity Continuum Aberrant out, but wanted a lot more mythology and a lot less science, check out the 4-color setting for Mythic Shards. In it, in 1938, Zeus's corpse fell onto Washington, D.C., and the god Apep declared that he was going to start a new pantheon of gods that he ruled. In it, the players take on the roles of Scions who, in order to be more accepted by humanity, took on the mantles of superheroes. And thus we have an inspired by Silver Age and Golden Age comic book setting. This is the type of setting where you can play characters like Wonder Woman and Thor, leaning more into the mythological origin for superhero powers. There's also a lot of new rules, including rules for heroic and demigod characters, as well as signature boon rules which make your special powers unique to your character alone. Farewell to Heroes is where Scions are no longer heroes, but are hunted by the agents of Titan. No longer able to work in daylight, the Scions are forced to work in the shadows of society. They are known as the Unnaturals. It is a grim noir setting. Farewell to Heroes puts an emphasis on what would happen if humanity fears Scions for the power that they wield. This setting includes rules for planning schemes such as heists, jailbreaks, and grifting, as well as new Fink bindings. Space Odyssey is where 650 light years away from Earth, Scions are interacting with the races of the Tenebrim sector of space in a sci-fi setting that is inspired by the likes of Star Trek and Farscape, as well as some cult classics like Red Dwarf and the Andromeda TV show. Now, if you've never heard of Red Dwarf, I actually did a video on that a while ago when they had their role-playing game, and Eddie Webb worked on a supplement for that. That is weird connections. Included in this setting are rules for spacecrafts, as well as spacecraft creation and ship-to-ship combat, and alien races. Let me know what your favorite setting from this book is in the comments down below. If you don't think I'm going to be trying to figure out a way of bringing divine machines into Space Odyssey, you don't know me. If any of these settings interest you, please check out the link down below where you can sign up for notifications for when the Backerkit starts, or if it's already starting, you can sign up for the Backerkit now. If you want to know more about Scion, I'm going to have a playlist right here where I talk about everything Scion.